The job of a prophet was not one that you chose, but rather one that God chose you for, and surely Hosea wouldn't have chosen the path that God had planned for his ministry. Living in the northern kingdom of Israel in the final years before their defeat by the Assyrians, Hosea was called by God to make his life an example to the Israelites. Like Jeremiah, he spent most of his life warning his people that the judgment of God was close at hand. Time was short, and also like Jeremiah, when the northern kingdom fell to the Assyrians, Hosea was there to see it. It has been said that some people live their lives as a good example and others as a terrible warning, but Hosea was called to live a life that would do both. In order to symbolize his relationship with Israel, God told Hosea to marry a prostitute and then to name his kids God will scatter, not loved, and not my people. I bet they got picked on in school. He made Hosea do this in order to show how unfaithful Israel had been to him from the very beginning, and their worship of false gods as well as their immorality and disobedience. Later, Hosea's wife Gomer took off, and God told Hosea he had to buy her back. That sounds pretty dysfunctional to me. Now that Hosea understood how God felt, he was even better equipped to be God's representative. Kind of harsh, but it got the point across. Hosea's prophecies use many different metaphors, including his relationship with Gomer, to explain God's relationship with the Israelites. God was the oven, they were the bread. God was the moth, they were the wool. Dew and rain, grapes and vine, a lion, a bear, and a dove. Get the picture? Like a frustrated parent, God asked, "What am I going to do with you?" The northern kingdom had not only turned their back on God, they were running as fast as they could in the other direction. They rejected God, sinned openly, and bragged about it. Kings, priests, and all. They were given several chances to turn back to God, but they refused. Hosea warned that the day would come when Assyria would conquer them, and it did. Going, gone.